Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, taught that true freedom comes not from external circumstances, but from mastering our own minds. His wisdom has stood the test of time, offering profound insights on resilience, self-discipline, and inner peace. In this video, we'll explore some of his most life-changing quotes, words that have the power to shift your perspective and transform the way you live. Whether you're facing challenges, seeking clarity, or striving for a stronger mindset, these timeless Stoic lessons will guide you toward a life of wisdom and strength. Let's dive into the philosophy of Epictetus. Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. If you would be a reader, read. If a writer, write. Events do not just happen, but arrive by appointment. Asked who is the rich man? Epictetus replied, "He who is content." Either God wants to abolish evil and cannot, or he can, but does want to. Disturbed by what happens to us, but by our thoughts. Thoughts about what happens to us. Know you not that a good man does nothing for appearance sake, but for the sake of having done right? Only the educated are free. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you, but answer, "He was ignorant to my other faults, else he would not have mentioned these alone." Don't seek to have events happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do happen, and all will be well with you. The ship should not ride on a single anchor, nor life on a single hope. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. No man is free who is not master of himself. Here's a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. He who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at. Other people's views and troubles can be contagious. Don't sabotage yourself by unwittingly adopting negative, unproductive attitudes through your associations with others. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is one goal. By disregarding things that lie beyond our control, circumstances don't make the man. They only reveal him to himself. It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. People are not disturbed by things, but by the views they take of them. To accuse others for one's own misfortune is a sign of want of education. To accuse oneself shows that one's education has begun. To accuse neither oneself nor others shows that one's education is complete. You are a little soul carrying around a corpse. Those who think they can damage me. They do not know who I am. They do not know what I think. They cannot even touch the things which are really mine and with which I live. First learn the meaning of what is, and then speak. Attach yourself to what is spiritually superior, regardless of what other people think or do. Hold to your true aspirations, no matter what is going on around you. The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. Skillful pilots gain their reputation from storms and tempests. It is free who is not master of himself. He is a wise man who does not grieve for things which but rejoices for those which he has. Seek not the good in external things. Seek it in yourselves. Do not try to seem wise to others. It is better to die of hunger having lived without grief and fear than to live with a troubled spirit amid abundance. Small-minded people blame others. Average people blame themselves. The wise see all blame as foolishness. Give me by all means the shorter and nobler, instead of one that is longer, but of less count. A great thing is created suddenly. They are not afraid of things, but of how they view them. If someone speaks badly of you, do not defend yourself against the accusations, but reply, "You obviously don't know about my other vices. Otherwise, you would have mentioned these as well." On the occasion of every accident that befalls you, remember to turn to yourself and inquire what power you have for turning it to use. You may fetter my leg, but Zeus himself cannot get the better of my free will. Difficulty shows what men are. No great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen. Keep the prospect of death, exile, and all such apparent tragedies before you every day, especially death, and you will never have an abject thought or desire anything to excess. Epictetus, being asked how a man should give pain to his enemy, answered by preparing himself to live the best life that he can. What concerns me is not the way things are, but the way people think things are. Don't live by your own rules, but in harmony with nature. Imagine for yourself a character, a model personality whose example you determine to follow, in private as well as in public. Whoever is going to listen to the philosophers needs a considerable practice in listening. If you would cure anxiety, do not feed it. Say to yourself, "I used to be angry every day, then every other day, now only every third or fourth day." When you reach 30 days, offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving to the gods. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid with regard to external things. Don't wish to be thought to know anything. And even if you appear to be somebody, distrust yourself. For it is difficult to both keep your faculty of choice in a state comfortable to nature, and at the same time acquire external things. But while you are careful about one, you must, of necessity, neglect the other. Any person capable of angering you becomes your master. He can anger you only when you permit yourself to be disturbed by him. If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you, but answer, "He was ill, ignorant to my other faults, else he would not have mentioned these alone." Only the educated are free. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Essence of philosophy is that a man should so live that his happiness shall depend as little as possible on external things. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few ones. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. No man is free who is not master of, he is a wise man, who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has.